Okay, so this is the map. Would be the first point of entry for the search. So as we were speaking about the search, so that's the search bar. I type in some area. So okay, we are searching for Malmö. I do the query, and I get the overview of the place I was searching for. So that's roughly how it would look like. And then as we are all about the images, I would suggest that we have a kind of sidebar with highlights from the given areas or the sequences close to the area of interest. And then, of course, as there's quite a lot of happening, the filtering would come in this situation. So we could either have an icon for options somewhere here, or a separate filtering bar here. I will explain the filtering on the sidebar here. In that case, so we could have we could have some basic filters like date, last day, last week, last month, and last year. We could have kind of heat map and all the sequences available. The heat map would be kind of averaging the sequences. So, for example, if you have like 3 sequences roughly on the same street, they would be averaged to just 1. So this would give the indication to the users that okay, this area is covered in some detail. So they could contribute somewhere else. And of course, selecting all would give the detailed view of all the sequences as it is now. So this would be a feature more for hardcore users who want to get deep into the detail. Also, a nice feature that might be are comments, turning them on the map. So they would appear somewhere here or here or here. So some visual indication that, okay, these are the areas highly commented, so maybe there is something interesting there. So people would go there. As there are more filters, I would suggest using some kind of advanced filters button, or a visual way to hide the extra options for now, because that would be the most used ones or the common ones. So this would, for example, give possibility to search for specific times for sequences taken in between specific times. So we define time 1 and time 2 and just show me everything on the map between these times. And the next thing is, for example, sequence overlap, that users would be able to choose the sequences that overlap with each other, or they don't overlap at all, so they could possibly contribute the reverse route on one street. So if the street is mapped one way, they could do the other way, for example. And yeah, they could search comments as well, or they could see active users in the area and do some operations with that stuff. But as you can see, the list is quite extensive already, and I think we need to focus more on few features and iterate over them further and more. So okay, let's imagine I'm doing some filtering now, and I would like to just see sequences taken in last month. So I would select month, and filtering would happen here. So I will get the filter view of the area. And of course, this has been all about the map, not much happening in terms of images. So I'm getting deeper into sequences. So for example, the whole thing after the filtering could move a bit, and we could introduce in the UI the chosen sequence from that area already, and of course that list of sequences would change dynamically. So as we did the search, of course, this one, let's say, has been filtered, and yeah, a user would be able to zoom in, zoom out, pan around, and just browse and choose some sequences if they choose one, or even we could introduce this slightly earlier, right after the filter. As I said before, the map isn't that important. In this case, it's more about the place and the images. Map would be more like support for the image. So the size could change. In that case, we would have the filtered view somewhere here, which still gives feedback to the user, but now it's all about the image itself. then we can of course scroll through it, browse around, and possibly stumble upon comments, 1 or 2 for example, and then of course apply the filtering again if you want to, or just see if there are more sequences available at some place. We could see them all here, because this would be always updated dynamically based on the view over here. So yeah, that's roughly how it that's my point where I'm at the moment. So yeah, thanks.